Hey, I wasn't expecting you here right now, but the first time I heard the Sony BRAVIA Theater Bar 6 in my living room, I just stopped what I was doing and listened. Not because it was louder, because it sounded right. Before you go any deeper, take a moment to check the current price and stock. Soundbars with real surround presence don't stick at stable pricing, and hesitation is exactly how people end up paying more later or missing out. This isn't for someone who thinks good enough is good enough anymore. It's for the person who actually feels when voices get buried, when music feels thin, or when effects just kind of float around instead of placing you inside the scene. I used to accept muddled dialogue and flat sound as just how it is, until that first movie night with this system hit differently. Clarity arrived instantly, vocals sat up front, effects stayed where they were supposed to be, and bass didn't just exist, it mattered. That moment of relief, finally hearing every piece of the soundtrack and every word without strain, is something you don't unfeel. Once you've lived with this level of presence and balance, anything weaker starts to feel like compromise you used to tolerate. I've lived with a theater bar in every scenario that counts: late-night movies where whispers finally land instead of disappear, action scenes where explosions and footsteps feel intentional, and music playback where tracks feel fuller and richer instead of flat and thin. It's not just louder, it's placed. That 3.1.2 setup doesn't just push sound forward, it wraps movement and presence around you, making you feel like you're inside the mix instead of just nearby. The wireless subwoofer doesn't shake the walls, it fills the room with weight you didn't know you were missing. That's not about specs, it's the feeling every time you press play. While you're thinking this through, take another glance at the current price and availability. Waiting for a better deal is exactly how people watch prices go up or units sell out before they act. If you're hesitating, that's just your brain comparing this to lesser systems you've used before. But once you hear dialogue that actually stays up front and effects that stay intentional instead of muddy, everything else starts to feel like something you accepted, not something you choose. What surprised me most was how balanced it feels. Highs stay clear without harshness, bass stays impactful without boominess, and vocals stay crisp without shouting. Voices stay clear and upfront, effects feel placed, and intentional music sounds full and alive. Presence feels wide, not scattered. It makes lesser audio feel flat. It's absolutely a step up. You'll hear the difference daily at some point. You stop looping through options and just pick what already feels right in your gut. Don't let this be one of those upgrades you delay and then regret every time you sit down and think, I wish this sounded as good as it could. Check the current price and make the choice that finally matches how you want your TV and music to sound.